Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. That's crunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at Skim, and to that end we provide you a Podcastcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP.
Never prejudge. It be the humble that'll squeeze slugs. It be the one standing still that'll peel guns. Spill bloods for my duns, thugging for me. Man, you don't want to get involved fucking with T. I spent more nights illin', less nights chillin'. The more shots they hold, the better they feel it. What be the deal is, some killers like to hide behind specs. Others got blatant disrespect than the rest. Or so young that you wouldn't even expect to be bursting off guns like a Vietnam vet on the steps, sitting in the staircase bent, thinking on ways to take another man's head, go to war with niggas that's against what I rep. I settle things with a heavy metal fifth, change clips, switch clothes after I spit, place niggas back in they space for fuckers on your mind, kid. For street niggas live with their lives on the line. For young guns coming up during these times. For police who find drugs letting niggas slide. For niggas out slinging like 4 in the night. For your man's not snitch when the pressure's tight. For pistols that don't jam when it's time to strike. For bootleg liquor on a Sunday night. This be the realest shit you heard in your life. Hello, welcome to it. Stays Crunchy and Milk episode 365. Hell yeah. One time around the sun. Legitimately for me, it's almost my birthday. But I'm here with my clique. And I love them so very much. It's the man of 1,000 nicknames, the artist formerly known as Chesterfield Rockwell. It's the 216's own Tatum.
Just Braves?
We're also joined by the man who was never called the troops losers. Snunchbox 2099.
Wakanda forever.
Hell yeah.
I cried like a bitch for like a whole fucking day because of that.
Yeah, bruh. That is a...
Why do you gotta be a bitch? You just cried, man. It's okay.
It was one of those things too where like, and I know, I'm sorry we have stuff to introduce another person, but like, I was in the basement doing a fantasy football auction draft for like 6 hours. So I wasn't really like looking at my phone. I was busy. So I didn't see like all the messages and the notifications and shit for a couple hours after I got them. So like I found out a couple hours after the rest of the world. And when I found out, I was like, oh shit, that sucks. And then I got home and it was like the more I watched and the more I read and the more I thought about it, man, I felt like I was tore up off that shit. Like I didn't realize that like I didn't know that I cared that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck me up too. Don't. You're in good company.
We're also joined by the last of the Golden Go Keys, the suburban Puerto Rican, it's the real ODP, my homeboy Gabe.
I recently found out that cake woke is a real hashtag on Twitter.
What does that mean?
I just if you're woke when it comes to cake, you're cake woke.
I'm pretty much cake woke.
Well, like, what kind of cake are we talking here? Are we talking like confectioner's cake? Are we talking like shake what your mama gave you cake? Like what are we talking?
Confectioner's
what
cake.
Talking?
The confections. Like my man Box was saying, man, we the royal we, but not really we, but we lost Chadwick Boseman to, as always, it's always got to be some bullshit, to colon cancer. And I don't know if y'all are aware of that, but colon cancer is a killer in younger black men than it is in older white men. But they still don't start testing for colon cancer for any of us until around 50. And oddly enough, in black men, they should probably start testing sooner because we seem to get it sooner, and we seem to have a higher rate of succumbing to it than white males. And it's so weird how much every time every time racism pops up somewhere where you don't think it where you're like, racism there too? And it's just like, yeah, there too. And it's like so fucked up. And I just...
Are you talking about cancer or doctors?
Well, in this case, I'm talking about... I'm actually talking about the racism of doctors and how they're taught, causing the deaths of black people. And in this case, the death of Chadwick Boseman, who, like I said, black men, and the numbers back this up, seem to get colon cancer earlier, meaning in their early 40s, meaning they should probably be being screened for colon cancer earlier. As you know what I'm saying, you get to cancer as always, if you get to it earlier or as early as possible, you oftentimes have a better chance of surviving it.
I think the way the timeline fell for him, he got it initially when he was like 36 or 37, because they said that he first was diagnosed around the time he was filming 42, which came out in like 2014. So like he'd been fighting it and going through treatment and still doing all the Marvel movies and 21 Bridges and all the other stuff he's done while fighting colon cancer. That was really what like tore me up when I like hearing him died. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. He was so young and talented and a nice guy. And then it's like the more I read about him, like I knew like, you know, how he was as a man, but it's like you took it for granted. And then I'm watching more videos of him doing like college graduation speeches, and I saw the video from Fallon where he was like, people were talking to the Black Panther poster. Like I'd seen that when it first came out, but like I hadn't thought about it until people were reposting it, and then like seeing the effect that movie had on like a younger generation and how humble of a guy he was. And then like, you know, he was in that draft day movie, so he wore an Ohio State jersey, wore a Browns jersey, so you know, got that logo for him too. And you know, he just seemed like such a really great guy that like persevered through like really trying times. So for him to be gone so soon, it really sucks.
Yeah, my sister's best friend is his cousin, so they hung out with him a lot. Like there's like lots of pictures of my sister and Chadwick Boseman, and so I of course checked in on her just because I like that's her people via people. You feel me? It's separated by some traffic, but it is her people via people. And I told her, I was like, how heartbroken I was for her and her girl's family and stuff, because they, you know, that's their people, and just taken aback by it, man. And the video, or I guess the story I saw of him talking to little kids who too have cancer.
Oh yeah.
And just being a superhero to those little guys, telling them they're gonna make it or they're gonna be okay, and he himself out there fighting this fucking dragon. And it just,
there was like one, so like I said, he was in that draft day movie, and apparently like when they were filming some of the stuff around Cleveland, him and one of the actors that was in the movie, they went to an Indians game, and apparently like they snuck in, didn't like, you know, do a whole brouhaha. But apparently people found out where he was staying at in town, and the guy said that Chadwick was late meet him at the game, and he said when he showed up, he told him that like all these people were outside and they were wanting him to autograph baseballs and bats and stuff, like he was like the real Jackie Robinson, and he was talking about how like he was honored that people like appreciated the work he did, but like he was no Jackie Robinson. You know, like, he wasn't that guy. But it turns out the way he lived his life was very similar. So in the end, like, he kind of was like Jackie Robinson, but for this generation.
Indeed. He really was that guy, man. And rest in power, man, to my man Chadwick Boseman. Chad was a dope dude, man. And he
I rewatched that Black Jeopardy episode today.
That was a funny episode.
Oh, hell nah, Karen.
She put raisins in it. That's what I'm saying. Let's assume she's adding raisins, putting all kinds of things that don't belong, like raisins. I think you got it. It's so good, man. Black Jeopardy, bro, is the gift that keeps on giving, man. That's one of the ones you can always go back to and give a look at and just enjoy, man. As we hit the ground running. This one I thought was funny. Okay. funny, haha, but then kind of funny, like, that's kind of fucked up. Novak Djovic, who was the number one seed, top seeded at the U.S. Open, was defaulted from his fourth round match because he pulled a ball out of his pocket, hit it backwards, not even just looking away, just in anger. He was, that's how he was trying to direct his anger, not yelling at the line judge or anything like, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But what he managed to do was smack the ball backwards
and hit a judge.
Hit a line judge dead in her throat.
Whoa.
And like, he was mad, so he got him mad, and he put some oomph on that shit. Almost took this woman out, and he immediately turned and saw her, was like, "Oh shit!" and ran over to make sure she was okay, and she seems to be okay. But you know how this is. We're in a litigious country. Who knows if she might bring this suit later.
At the same time, the one thing is he did it in anger.
Yes.
So that's what gets him in trouble.
And so he has been defaulted, meaning he's out. He he will forfeit all his ranking points, meaning all the points he would, you get points in tennis to be ranked in the world, and all the points he earned during this particular event will be forfeited. The prize money that he had earned so far in this tournament, because you earn more as you stay in longer. At this point, he was at $250K. That's all gone. In addition to any fines that they will also have to have against him. He was angry and hit the ball recklessly, and that was enough for the U.S. Tennis Association to be like, "Nah, dog, that's not how we roll," and you are out of this tournament. So this is the person who was like who they thought would take this whole tournament on the men's side, and is now just out. So that leaves the men's tournament wide open, and it's even more wide open because a lot of the bigger names in men's tennis declined to travel to the United States to take place in the U.S. Open. So that was just wild. It's funny, you know what I'm saying, because he's just like, that's so dumb. But then it's like he caught old girl in her throat just on the side. It's like, damn son, what is you doing? But
the throat. Is the throat the crotch of the face, or is the nose the crotch of the face?
Either one. But it seemed like when you not trying to do. I remember I was the kids was doing something, and we were it was at night, and we were reading books, and I threw a toy into the basket, and it bounced off the basket, came around, and hit Emery in the face. Oh. I'm like, how does that happen?
It was like that bitch like Beckham, didn't you?
I was just like, I'll just get up and put it away from now on.
Yeah. It's the throat. The crotch of the face is right now a potential show title. Don't think anything of that.
Because seriously, it's it's debilitating in a way that's getting kicked in the balls is debilitating.
I hear you, and I'm signing off on that, man, for right now. We were recording something different earlier in the early, and Gabe pointed out that Cardi B was trending on Twitter, and I was like, "What the hell for?" And it turns out Cardi B is trending on Twitter because Cardi B decided to go ahead and get in Candace Owens' ass after the MAGA supporter. I'm going to read you quotes unquote shades her. I can make millions. Go vote. This is from the Hollywood Life by Bonnie Fuller blog. So this is written by Cassie Gill, who is their evening weekend editor.
And how fast did she get that up? Because this just happened.
Yeah. Cardi B replied to Candace Owens' comments that Joe Biden was pandering by allowing Cardi to interview him, blasting the conservative for calling her dumb and illiterate. Cardi B, 27, just clapped back at Candace Owens, 31, in a major way. The invasion of privacy rapper and conservative political activist exchanged a series of heated messages on Sunday, September 6th, after Candace criticized Cardi's recent interview with Joe Biden, 77, for Elle magazine. The interview is one of the biggest insults. This would be akin to Donald Trump saying, I'm going to give no interviews, but decided to give an interview to Justin Bieber. It would be absurd. It's because you're pandering, Candace said to Ben Shapiro. She went on to dub Cardi Oh, they're giving you Cardi's real name. Belcalis Marlenes Almanzar, illiterate, in the clip posted to her Instagram account. Joe's team looks at Cardi B's Instagram. You see millions of followers, and you think, okay, this is an illiterate person. If I appeal to this person, then that says "occur" in the middle of an interview, black people will vote for me. Basically saying, black people, you are stupid, you are dumb, and you are so foolish. Candace went on, accusing Joe of being handled and being told, black people like this person. This is what they're into. Talk to her. Cardi quickly replied to Candace's accusations, reminding her that she currently has the #1 song with WAP featuring Megan Thee Stallion, 25. Yes, you are right. I have the #1 song. I have a huge platform, and I can make millions go vote to get that man that used you. To get the man that used you? I don't want to argue with you, Candace. I really don't have the time. I honestly just feel sorry for you, Cardi tweeted and explained that her sister, Hennessy Carolina, 24, was harassed in the Hamptons with her girlfriend by Trump supporters. Candace retorted, to clarify, Joe Biden's gotta talk to you because you have the #1 song, and Santa Claus was harassing your sister? Sarcastically adding the K, thanks for clearing that one up. The blackout, how black America can make its second escape from the Democratic plantation. Wow, Candace Owens. Author then blasted Cardi for her support of Biden. You're encouraging millions to go vote for the man that locked up entire generations of black men. Maybe go Google Joe Biden and the 1994 crime bill, she wrote, adding Joe Biden used you. Bernie Sanders used you. Neither one of them like or know your music. They think you're dumb. Cardi then clapped back, and you are encouraging millions to vote for a man who laugh every time a black man gets killed by a cop and tell millions of Americans to drink bleach. Trump didn't even have you talking at the Republican convention. He thinks you're dumb. MAGA did you dirty. MAGA did you dirty, but you mad at me. Explaining to her friends that Candace needs to be mad at Trump, not me. From here, the Bodak Yellow rapper took to Instagram to blast Candace in an 8-minute video. It's not a secret I use my platform to encourage people to vote. I love politics. Today, Candace Owens said some real nasty things about me, Cardi explained to her 75 million followers. Joe Biden sat down with me to speak with me. And why wouldn't he? I have millions of followers. I pay millions in taxes. I have the #1 song in the country. I can encourage millions of followers to go vote, she said. Why is your president race-hating Hispanic and black people? The people that get killed the most by police, bitch. You want to call me a dumb bitch? You want to call me illiterate? Girl, you're getting pimped out by a white man that doesn't even have the decency to let you talk at the Republican convention. Cardi
I would like to pause right there.
Oh, this is the end of it. Cardi also said in the charged video. That is where that article ends.
Why didn't he have Candace Owens there? The kind of people that were there were definitely, like, maybe the biggest name was Scott Baio.
I honestly, I just read a report in the New York Times about how he had a great many black faces in there, like, who was the football player that was there? Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, Herschel Walker was there. It was like, it was a lot of black men, basically trying to get more black men to vote for him. So he had a lot of black men at the Republican convention, but you are right. He did not have the Diamonds and Silk of the world, the Candace Owens of the world, those people who are knowns, who have been, I guess, technically supporting him this whole time.
Yeah, but with him getting Herschel Walker, or not trying to get more black women, because black women voted against him 96%. Yeah. So that didn't make sense.
Yeah. So you are right. He did not. Cardi B is so, look. Yeah. I people want to wild and talk shit about Cardi B because she's attractive. I don't know, but she is clearly an intelligent woman. In that, like I said, a smart businesswoman. She knows what she's doing with her dough. She knows what she's doing. She flipped like basically a reality show. You know what I'm saying?
before the reality show, she got famous off her Instagram videos.
Yeah.
Saying stuff like "hoes don't get cold." That was way before she got on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, so she go from, you know what I'm saying, basically a social media maven to a reality TV show maven to a certified platinum artist. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think you do that with luck. And I don't think you do that without a little bit of wisdom and so forth. And like I said, I'm not saying she's so smart because she interviewed Joe Biden. I'm saying she's so smart because she done handled her fucking cash. She done handled her dough and her relationships and shit like that there, and she takes care of business. And I think that's dope.
And she's only 27.
Yeah. I wish. You know what I'm saying? so it's just like she only has room to grow as a person and as a business, you know what I'm saying, person and so forth. So
why is Cardi B's opinion any less or more valuable than Scott Baio or shit, whatever else the list celebrities they had at the Republican National Convention?
Man, I'm like I said, I ain't trying to bother with that shit. I ain't trying to dig into that particular water. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give it up to. I'm gonna give it up to Cardi right now for doing what she got to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's pretty dope. So, like I said, I ain't worried about the whole, you know what I'm saying, two-party situation right now, because whatever. But respect due to her for being wise and knowing the jig when she see it and speaking to it. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, like she don't know what the fuck she doing. So I just think, I don't know, I think it's kind of dope. And last but not least, I bumped into this story earlier in the week, and it jarred me in such a way that I was like, I need to talk to Gabe about this. And I was like, could you read up on this, because this woman was pretending to be a Afro Latina Puerto Rican in particular. You know what I'm saying? Not just Latina. She was claiming PR. And if you didn't know, the real ODP is the golden Koki for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He's Puerto Rican. And
don't look at.
I disagree with that statement, sir. But I mean, I think you look Puerto Rican. So, but you might have, and if not, you're about to hear about a woman named Jessica Krug. And Jessica Krug currently is, and I guess they're working to oust her from that position, is a professor of African American Studies at George Washington University in their history department. And what happened is that she came out the other day with a Medium piece. Medium, you know how Medium is. I don't know if you guys know what Medium is. Medium is basically, you can go write on Medium. Anybody can go write on Medium. But it's a long form, freelance kind of style stuff that, if you can get it burned, and you can use you can become something from writing Medium pieces. You know what I'm saying? Raw from Black Old Tips is written on Medium, I think a couple of different times. And so people who are just trying to get some stuff out there will usually write up a Medium piece. And she wrote a Medium piece.
Wasn't that where he put his piece out where, like, talking about your uncle who loves the Cowboys?
I don't know.
I just remember that piece in particular. I don't know if they put it on Medium, but I think that's where it was.
Huh.
If correct, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, Miss Krug wrote a piece on Medium, an essay, if you will, "The Truth and the Anti-Black Violence of My Lies." As it turns out, this woman who had claimed to be black and a black Latina is indeed a white Jewish woman. I don't know if the Jewish part is necessary, but maybe it is. It seems to be something people seem to bring up. She's just a white woman to me, but I mean, I guess you were saying maybe the Jewish portion of the program means something. And she says, "For the better part of my adult life, every move I've made, every relationship I've formed has been rooted in the napalm, toxic soil of lies. Not just any lies. To an escalating degree over my adult life, I have eschewed my lived experiences as a white Jewish child in suburban Kansas City under various assumed identities within a blackness that I had no right to claim. First, North African blackness, then U.S.-rooted blackness, then Caribbean-rooted Bronx blackness. I have not only claimed these identities as my own when I had absolutely no right to do so, when doing so is the very epitome of violence, of thievery, and appropriation of the myriad ways in which non-black people continue to use and abuse black identities and cultures. But I have formed intimate relationships with loving, compassionate people who have trusted and cared for me when I have deserved neither trust nor caring. People have fought together with me and have fought for me, and my continued appropriation of a black Caribbean identity is not only in the starkest terms wrong, unethical, immoral, anti-black, colonial, but it means that every step I've taken has gaslighted those whom I've loved. Intention never matters more than impact. To say that I clearly have been battling some unaddressed mental health demons for my entire life as both an adult and child is obvious. Mental health issues likely explain why I assumed a false identity initially as a youth, and why I continued and developed it for so long. The mental health professionals from whom I have been so belatedly seeking help assure me that this is a common response to some of the severe trauma that marked my early childhood and teen years. But mental health issues can never, will never, neither explain nor justify, neither condone nor excuse that, in spite of knowingly and regularly critiquing any and every non-black person who appropriates from black people, my false identity was crafted entirely from the fabric of black lives, that I claim belongings with living people and ancestors to whom and for whom my being is always a threat at best and a death sentence at worst. I am not a culture vulture. I am a culture leech. I have thought about ending these lies many times over many years, but my cowardice was always more powerful than my ethics. I know right from wrong. I know history. I know power. I am a coward. I am a coward. There is no ignorance, no innocence, nothing to claim, nothing to defend. I have moved wrong in every way for years. I believe in restorative justice where possible, even when and where I don't know what that means or how it could work. I believe in accountability, and I believe in cancel culture as a necessary and righteous tool for those with less structural power to wield against those with more power. I should absolutely be canceled. No, I don't write in passive voice ever because I believe we must name power. So you should absolutely cancel me, and I absolutely cancel myself. What does that mean? I don't know. Accountability works only when you are in community with people. How can I be in any type of meaningful community with those whom I have so harmfully and horrifically deceived for so long? I don't believe that any anti-black life has inherent value. I don't know what to build from here. I don't know that it's possible to repair a single relationship I have with another person, living or dead, and I don't believe I deserve the grace or kindness to do so. My politics are as they have ever been, and those politics condemn me in the loudest and most unyielding terms. I'll leave it there. There's more there, but Jesus H. Christ, this woman can write. So, as this kind of floats on, things start coming out more. One, she skipped her mom's funeral to avoid being caught.
Damn, she was committed to that.
Because, she would have had to attend the funeral. And another thing, her sister-in-law just found out from the media that she lied about being black. So, her own family didn't know that her husband has been estranged from his sister for 20 years. Mm-hmm. She said Krug is as white as Snow White. There's no way she's black. I can tell you that. There's no member of her family that's black, the sister-in-law said, confirming that her husband and Krug are Jewish and grew up in Kansas. Our last name is Tarnish, and all my husband and I want to do is cry our eyes out right now. I can only imagine my father-in-law rolling around in his grave. Said she was unaware.
People love banding about that phrase, don't they?
Yeah, I don't even understand what they think. What? Leave them dead people alone.
They have bigger problems than their embarrassment of their living relatives.
Yeah.
People hold the deceased in such high reverence that we forget that they were people who probably did ain't shit stuff too.
Ain't shit as
Like,
fuck.
I found out shit about my grandfather since he's been gone. And, like, some of that shit's fucked up.
Well, wow. So,
I know. The part I thought was like, she didn't just like, I'm black and Latina. She's like, I am from the Bronx. I'm gonna drop the N-word. I like to say platanos and instead of plantains. And she once made a mistake in front of one of her students and told one student she was from Puerto Rico. She had Puerto Rican roots. The other one she told she had Dominican roots. And they didn't think much of it. I'm like, that would have been a big red flag for me. I don't think you can mix up the two like that. Because you don't expect someone to do something so fucking crazy.
I'm not saying this is for all Puerto Ricans. But the Puerto Ricans I know, and we're going to call these the Cleveland Puerto Ricans I know, who seemingly all have some roots somewhere in New York if you start digging. They either came directly from Puerto Rico to here, or they came from New York to here. Just seems to be every Puerto Rican I ever met, that seems to be their family lineage, you know? None of them fucking Dominicans. They be talking wild reckless about Dominicans. And I got so assuming that is something that carries back, to have her say to one person I'm Puerto Rican and have her say to somebody else she's Dominican would have got her caught out there by the right people. And actually, that's exactly what happened. To let you know, Jessica Krug didn't just all of a sudden like get the ghost and feel like she needed to come clean. It was some Latina and black women, maybe black Latina women if I'm not mistaken, who was like, yo, her shit seems kind of shady, don't it? And they let her know, hey, yo, your shit seemed kind of shady. And she knew she was on the chopping block at that point, so she had to come out the mouth and be like, okay, let me cop to it.
I'm Jewish.
You already have an oppressive roots you can cite to. Like, I have been oppressed. This is my history of oppression.
Yeah, but none of those get you grants like being black will.
Bullshit.
There's got to be some Jewish grants out there.
Yes, there are. This woman has a people with a history, a long history. You know what I'm saying? And oh my God, it's so disrespectful to everybody, to every fucking culture involved in this. She just basically shit all over her Judaism, and her people in that regard. They just shit all over black people and Puerto Rican people, and I guess Dominican people. We'll add that to the pile too. I didn't realize she had actually fucked up like that.
Oh, can I also add?
You have to. I need you on this.
Okay. Can I also add? Hey, we may joke around. Us Puerto Ricans may joke around about Dominicans, but we deep down it's like our cousins.
Deep down,
we love them, and we won't be letting other people making jokes about them.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I'm not letting MAGA Twitter
real.
make jokes about my Dominicans brothers and sisters.
Now, did you watch any of the videos? There's multiple videos of her, I guess, dancing and assumingly that people seem to be like, if you notice, she can't really dance, and there's people.
I can't dance.
People saying like her faux black scent is terrible. I didn't watch. I really did. I put this on Gabe's shoulders. I was like, please run with this.
I didn't watch any videos. I read the articles about it. I was surprised she went so far as to drop the N-word, man. Like, damn. Well, they did say she dropped it while reading. Well, in reading. So she was like quoting the N-word, but she wouldn't censor it.
Maybe this is just some method acting, you know? Maybe it's like a long con. Like, she's
about to cross some serious lines.
She didn't break character.
This is Jessica A. Krug, who went by the name Jess La Bombera, Bombera. I didn't realize she. I guess you can't really go going by Krug. So she had a name that she got down with.
I mean, a lot of actors in SAG have stage names, you know.
So
Winona Horowitz.
So would you say, Tyrell would probably say this, that this Jessica Krug was the ice cream cake of black Latinas, in that she was
No, because she cannot be molded into anything. Ice cream can at least be molded into shapes. She cannot be molded into an Afro Latina in any way, shape, or form. Miss Jess La Bombalera is somebody else. These are various spellings of this situation.
May I say, though, that Afro Latina is a lovely combination, and I would like to see more of those in the world.
Sure. How about I send you a picture of this Jewish woman with dark skin?
Oh, I already saw this shit like a week ago.
she would.
3 days ago, sir. 3
Yeah,
days
you're
ago.
right.
Well, whatever it was, I knew about it before you texted about it.
You're right. She did. She was kind of insulting to the culture, like to the cultures involved. Like she would act in stereotypical ways, wear the hoop earrings. You know.
I'm gonna push. I just want to hear how she sound.
Do you know the hoop earring theory?
What's the hoop earring theory?
Like the bigger the hoops, the bigger the freak.
I've never heard that.
Oh.
Did her hoops have fur? Was the whole club looking at her?
Sir.
Those are boots with the fur, not hoops with the fur.
Boots with the fur? Oh man.
Yes.
This is an awful faux accent. It is so bad that I'm like, it is simply because she was in academia that she got away with this shit. Because these motherfuckers are not surrounded by people who would sound like this, so they don't know that noise. They don't know that don't sound right to my ears, or probably anybody else's ears.
I'm not trying to garner sympathy for her, but I will say a couple observations, and I'm hoping they're observations that other people aren't already making. She's more contrite than Rachel Dolezal, that's for sure. I mean, she got caught, but Rachel got caught too, and Rachel just continues to run with it.
Yeah, because
I kind of feel like they're different in a couple different reasons. Just mostly like Rachel Dolezal, hasn't let go of it, sort of, and like she was pretty much lying about crimes happening to her too. I don't think a lot of people mention that. Like Rachel Dolezal was like, it was a hate crime going on with me. I'm like, what hate crime?
Yeah. That's pretty much how she got. One of the ways she got caught is like she kept, you know what I'm saying, blowing the spot up, and then people were like, "Hold on, I know that lady," and she kept her name. She didn't go by Bombalera.
Yo, this one,
you know what I'm saying? So
she was actually pretending. She just Rachel. Was Rachel like trying to say like, if people mistake me for black, that's their problem? But this one was like actively trying to deceive.
As I was
This whole thing makes me think of that Chappelle show. I mean, the Chappelle skit that he had during his one stand-up routine, where it was talking about like transgenders and people picking their own races and shit. I don't know if any of you guys remember what I'm talking about.
Rachel Dolezal should have changed her name to Draymond Green.
I think that was part of it. But yeah, he was talking about people deciding to be man or woman. He's like, what if I just decide to be Chinese and people yelled at me for the way I act, but he's like, this is how I feel on the inside.
Go on.
That's the whole thing. He was talking about people just picking and choosing what they want based on how they feel. Because he was talking about how transgender people, he doesn't dislike them, but they hate him because of his jokes. But he just can't get his mind around the thought of someone being born a man and wanting to be a woman or vice versa or whatever. And he was talking about what if I'm black, but what if I go walking around telling everybody I'm Chinese and acting like I have squinty eyes and talking with an accent, and he's like, people come to me and tell me I'm not Chinese, but that's how I feel. It was a correlation between race and gender.
Yeah, it was a bad one. It was a poor one on his part, and doesn't actually hold much water in my opinion, because I can't go say, I guess I can say that shit. I guess I could say I feel Chinese, but that's about it. I can't really put on something about it. Whereas these women can, of course, darken their skin and claim these sets as like they have. They can do something about it, and it don't work the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, black people can't go claiming another set. I guess I did. My man, I had a friend in high school. My man, Devin, and he has a brother, Delmas, and even though I guess that name kind of has a twinge of Latinist to it, they all black people. But he was telling his brother was telling people he was Mexican, and I was talking to my man Devin because Devin was my dude, and I just happened to have Delmas in the class. Because, high school's weird. You end up with a class with some older classmen and stuff like that there, just because whatever. And I was like, bro, you part Mexican? And he's like, no, where the hell you hear that from? I go, your brother said he was part Mexican. And he was like, oh, you doing that again. He was so mad about it. Now, like I said, these was like lighter skinned black people. So, okay, like I said, that's why I'm saying, like, that's the only example I've ever had of somebody who I guess could claim another set and kind of get away with it. But not really, like I said, I happen to know his brother, his mother, his father. I didn't know his father, but I of his father and so forth. And I know for sure this man is black. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I feel like there are people though that can like cross through lines per se, like Logic. When I saw Logic on Hot Ones, I had no earthly fucking idea that dude is black. And then like I saw a picture with him and his father, and his dad is like way darker than him.
Yeah. But
like the correlation from Chappelle though wasn't like, it was more of people who have a hard time understanding the whole transgender thing, because a lot of us it doesn't make any sense because it's not our life.
Yeah.
It's something that like we don't consider, so it's hard for us to wrap our head around it. So I get like he was like to him, because I don't think he gets it, and I don't blame him for that because I don't fucking get it most of the time. I just choose to not give a shit because it doesn't impact my life. But it's not like I can sit here and definitively say that I think like certain things about any of it. Like I have an opinion, but my opinion don't matter for nothing. And I don't feel like fucking spouting out what I think about it on the internet because like it don't fucking matter, and I don't feel like inviting outrage into my home. So I just let it walk. But it's like with him, I think because he's like in the public eye, he wanted to talk about it, so he tried to come up with a correlation that like he felt was appropriate to how he views the situation, I suppose.
I hear you, and I get that point. Like I said, I don't think it holds for this particular situation because it's not like this woman thought she was black. She knew for sure she was neither of those things and decided just to ride with that shit. And now she blames it, of course, not to say blames it, because you know what? Her trauma is her own. And in her mind, she feels her trauma related to whatever made her do this. This is what her words said.
Did the first famous lady think she was black, or was she just stealing?
Just stealing. She straight up, she just like, she literally darkened her skin, started rocking her hair a certain way. She just didn't like her white parents no more. And so she just went the other direction with it. Started dating black men and started basically like, I kind of like the way this fits. And then so she tried to ride out with that. She did try to come up with a transracial as a argument for her situation.
Rachel Dolezal is still a little bit more out there than most people. Jessica Krug. But
again, like I said, this seems to only work mostly only one direction. And again, and it also doesn't happen very often. I know a lot of white folk who kind of talk with a black scent, you know what I'm saying? Who grew up in the hood or grew up around black people or whatever. But none of them claim anything. None of them claim anything but that they white. You know what I'm saying? They don't say nothing. They say they fuck with black people or whatever. They get down, but they never say, well, I'm you know saying I'm black or I choose to whatever. They just
I never claimed to be black.
Yeah, so it's one of those situations where I'm just
I grew up where I grew up, so you know you're a product of your environment. But like I never like go around telling anyone I'm Puerto Rican or black or anything.
There you go. Where like I said, this woman and Rachel Dolezal in those cases they did, and Rachel Dolezal didn't even grow up around like said black people. She went there. You know what I'm saying? She grew up in a very white farmy ass environment. If you look at pictures of Rachel Dolezal pre her transformation, I guess she's like such a please take no offense to this white listeners, but she is just a stringy haired white woman, and it's just like she has no kind of like
I think this goes back to like you guys are talking about Jewish people getting oppressed, because even white people oppress on Jewish people. Like they get shit on. I feel like by everyone, like even their own.
Yeah, it's an interesting bit of wildness. As like I said, as I was reading up on this and kind of preparing for this discussion, I came across a thread on Twitter that I thought was interesting. I'm gonna read y'all a few tweets from it if I can expand the whole thing. This is by Dr. Yo Figgy is this person's Twitter handle. Let me see if I can figure out their actual name. This woman, she seems to look the part. She's Afro-Puerto Rico Associate Professor of English, Latinx, Afro Diaspora Studies, MSU English, author of Decolonizing Diasporas, and let me double check her. Yeah, her name is Yomaira C. Figueroa Vasquez, but you know her Twitter handle is Dr. Yo Figgy, and this is just a little bit of tweets from her, because like I said, this is definitely speaking to her actual lived experience, and that's why she's that's why she's salty off this shit. The only reason Jessica Krug finally admitted to this lie is because on August 26th, one very brave, very black Latina junior scholar approached two senior black Latina scholars, there we go, I knew it was more, and trusted them enough to do the research and back her up. These two scholars made phone calls and reached out to other senior scholars and institutions with proof. There was no witch hunt, but there was a need to draw the line. Krug got ahead of the story because she was caught and she knew the clock was ticking because folks started to confront her and ask questions. Do not believe for 1 second that she would have come out with the truth on her own. She made a living and a whole life out of parroting Black Rican trauma and survival. As a Black Rican, I am pissed. The other thing is that, let historians tell it, her work is actually good. Chick is smart, so why lie? Why chase the extra clout of being a hood-raised Black Boricua? Why put on that life that isn't yours and attempt to play it so well that you block, beat, and bully others, including shit-talking Black women? Whiteness is a hell of a drug. But also, she needs to account for everything. She has taken everything she has gained, all that she stole by creating this identity and shrouding herself with Black and Latinx folks who defended, supported, and lifted her up. What does restitution look like when she won awards, grants, and fellowships for underrepresented folks? I can only imagine how her actual friends and community must feel right now. Gutted. I count myself lucky to not know her personally. She gaslit folks I know, was openly racist, and manipulated so many people. One person's lies affect so many folks. And I just thought that was, like I said, this woman actually is a, Afro-Latina woman in academia who, in all reality, like I said, she just her lived fucking experience, and you out here just like, I'm put it on as a fucking costume and wear it and take from you and others like you. And it's just, profit off of it and gain from it. And even after the fact, like I said, I guarantee you this woman will write a book about how her life as a Black Latinx woman, even though that's not the life, that's not even a life or anything that she actually has done or whatever, she'll be fine.
She'll probably be in some issues of Black Tail too. I don't appreciate it.
I know I should not just be judging people's looks per se, but she's an unattractive woman to me, and now I don't fuck with her. Let me just view image, and I will send you a link to this image. Copy that is in the chat, and it's just and like I said, it just I don't know. It kind of bothered me to my being. You know what I'm saying? That this happened or has happened, and probably. Are there others like her out there? Is this going to be a thing? Is this a thing that's already going on? You know what I'm saying? We already got people, blackfishing people on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? These white models darkening their skin and kind of doing more black leaning hairstyles and shit. And it's like, it's wild and so unnecessary. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on out here, man? What is happening in this world? Who wants to be?
It always weirds me out when I see a white woman with like the fake braids and shit.
Yeah, because it just feels wrong, right?
I never grew up around that. Like I never had any white ladies in my entire life like walking around with like the Sally's Beauty braids in their hair. And now the Instagram is a thing. Like they're fucking everywhere. I don't get it.
Yeah. And it's truly I don't understand it. The George Washington University George Washington Department of History Columbian College of Arts and Sciences. You got to get some layers there. Issued a statement on this on the 4th. The members of the faculty of the George Washington University Department of History are shocked and appalled by Dr. Jessica Krug's admission on September 3rd, 2020, that she has lied about her identity for her entire career, with what she has termed her audaciously deceptive appropriation of an Afro-Caribbean identity. She's betrayed the trust of countless current and former students, fellow scholars of Africana studies, colleagues in our department and throughout the historical discipline, as well as community activists in New York City and beyond. The discipline of history is concerned with truth-telling about the past. With her conduct, Dr. Krug has raised questions about the veracity of her own research and teaching. Accordingly, the department calls upon Dr. Krug to resign from her position as associate professor of history at GW. Failing that, the department recommends the rescinding of her tenure and the termination of her appointment. This is a tenured professor, meaning she can't be fired. Just how it works. She can quit, but that's about it. And she ain't quit yet.
I thought she was going to cancel herself.
You see, that's what she said.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened, now has it? Because canceling herself probably would be like, here, have this resignation.
She's like...
immediately, if not sooner.
She's probably like, I can cancel myself, but I can't cancel these bills.
And like, yeah.
I mean, I can't spot the lie in that statement.
It also becomes like, okay, well, let's go look back at her writings. Are they truth? Are they based in truth? Or is she writing some bullshit?
She probably was. I didn't look into it because I'm not gonna go buy her book now. Shit.
I hear you, but like I said, it's like you know what I'm saying, when you find out a cop's a bad cop and they all of a sudden like, all right, we got to take back all his arrests. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that happens. It's one of those situations like, well, now we need to see if this bitch's research. I didn't mean to call her bitch like that. That's fucked up on my part. But I mean, we got to see if this lady's research is up to brass tacks, or is she just a really good liar? Because seems like she's just a really good liar.
Pretty much.
And therefore, we have to wonder: can we trust her research?
And does she have respect for the? She must not have respect for the culture she's appropriating if she's just drawing from their stereotypes. Like, oh, look at me with my hoop earrings. I'm not to be hung up on that, but like that was one of the things, just acting a stereotypical way, and what she perceived was aspects of Black and Latina culture.
Yeah, yes, like I said, she put it on like a costume, and like there you go. Here, I'll use a darker foundation and put these big hoop earrings in, and I don't know, gel my hair a certain way. You know what I'm saying? There you go. All of a sudden, here I am. I'm Afro Latina. And it's disrespectful to I guess, I mean, the people, kind of like the foundation of who I am as a person, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with like a shitload of Puerto Rican, came with a bunch of fucking Puerto Ricans, and of course a bunch of Black people. And so it's like my life you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's fucked up to me, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, at least with Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder, when you started bringing up shit about the Australians, that he broke character just that little bit. He's like, oh, hey, I'm talking about Paul Hogan. He's a national treasure.
Bro, it's like people like said that role is so good and it was so well done that's why you rarely people. I've not heard anybody ever talk greasy about that. You know what I'm saying? I only hear people saying like there's a reason that shit was only done basically this one time. Oh no.
The only the biggest complaint I heard about that was like the use of full R word. The whole full R word bit.
Yeah. And that actually is just something that you kind of you grow from. What were we watching the other day, babe? What were we watching the other day where they was kind of I don't know what we was watching the other day. They was I was like, ooh, this has not aged well.
Yo, I was watching the Black Eyed Peas concert.
No, I know Friends, but we was watching. I thought she was watching some movie the other day, and they were saying something that was wild.
Well, what version of that song did the Black Eyed Peas now perform?
They do.
I think
they just do get it started. I think they fully stopped doing get R word. So
not Fergie. She still says the R word.
It's one thing to not have all your chromosomes. It's another thing to be a fully functional person and still piss your pants.
Yes. Damn you, Fergie. Josh Duhamel was right to leave you.
Is that right, what you just said? Do I need to research that term this chromosome situation? Because I don't know if I'm gonna leave this shit in the show. I'm telling you that shit right now without having double checked that.
So, as I meant to say it, but you have, Jesus, what have you done to me?
He still stands by his accuracy.
No, okay, yeah, that was a bad attempt at humor. I'm sorry, people.
Have an extra copy of these chromosomes. Chromosome 21, a medical term for having an extra copy of a chromosome, is trisomy. Down syndrome is referred to as trisomy 21.
Oh, yep, you just hit midnight.
We just hit midnight, and it's my birthday, so I got balloons. Hey, that's pretty cool. There's balloons coming across my screen.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay! Happy birthday,
T. Yay!
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a little icon in the React, the heart turned into a cake.
Yeah.
And when you press the cake, the balloons come across.
Happy birthday, Tay-Rose 13.
Hey, check us out, man. We crossed over in the middle of this episode. All right, I'm going to let that chromosome kind of whatever slide, sir. But
all right.
You watch yourself,
I'm on thin ice.
I'm watching
crossing some serious lines here.
You about to cross some serious lines.
Oh my God! All right, yo, that's all the news and the whatever's that T can get out. I literally came to the show. It's like, I don't think I got anything, and then they was like, but what about this, T? And I was like, oh,
the reason I called her the ice cream cake of course, what you would perceive as the ice cream cake of Black and Latina, because she's passing herself off as something she's not.
Yeah, she's definitely not cake. I doubt her deliciousness on any level, sir, any.
Are you saying I'm not delicious?
Woman, please don't. I'm on, bro. We're recording the show. Don't get in this.
You know you delicious, boo.
Oh my God!
I know she might taste like a good matzo ball soup or something like that.
I can't believe you did that, sir. I cannot believe you did that.
Look, I'm in good company.
Oh, sir. I love you so much, you son of a bitch. But like I said, let's keep this theme, this truck rolling along, man. Ant-Man, what you got on the platter this go around?
Speaking of platters, I was watching Chef's Table. I think it was on Friday, because unfortunately I've seen every episode of Forensic Files, and I don't have much to watch. But this season of Chef's Table is about barbecue, which I thought was pretty interesting. Okay. So I'm only 3 episodes in, but my question I pose to you fellas is, well, I guess we can stay off the hobby, but what meal do you wish that you could perfect?
Up until recently, I always had a hard time cooking chicken. So it would be something like poultry. Honestly, I think I'd like to get better at cooking Thanksgiving dinner type shit.
What part of that do you feel like you're missing out? It's like if I could do this part better, because you're a sides man.
So here's what I'll say. I have never ever made anything for Thanksgiving that wasn't stovetop out of a box. Okay. So I've never I've been around and helped deep fry a turkey, but I've never cooked one in the oven or anything like that. I've never made real mashed potatoes ever. I never made mac and cheese that wasn't like Kraft macaroni and cheese or Velveeta. I've never made like actual stuffing like with bread pieces and shit that didn't come out of a box. Cranberry sauce for me always came out of a can. So like, you know, same thing with corn came out of a can. Gravy came out of a jar usually. Like like it's always been a very grocery store centric Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then like other holidays were honey baked ham.
You know what? So, now that you say that, that is something I think I mix it up. I do make some things from scratch, but I do use a lot of some store bought stuff, and I would not mind getting a little better at the some of the things that I buy. Maybe consider making them. Like I could probably make a decent enough turkey gravy. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get the drippings out and hook it up. I know the science behind gravy, manufacture. I could probably do that. I could probably bake up some cornbread to use as a dressing. You know what I'm saying? So I could probably do that. I'm saying I think that is something I would like to like. I agree with boxing this. I think that's what I would want to do. I'd want to get the things that I currently don't make from scratch. I wouldn't mind making from scratch for Thanksgiving. And hell, I'm locked in the goddamn house. Maybe I should try between now and Thanksgiving to kind of perfect those things, and maybe I can do that because I don't know. I've never made cornbread from scratch. We was a Jiffy house. You know what I'm saying? So just learning how to make a good cornbread from scratch, could then leads me making a good cornbread dressing, hopefully down the line. So that's where I'm kind of. No, I'm saying that's kind of where I'm at.
I've never even heard of cornbread dressing.
Oh, it's amazing. You've had it before. I gave you some.
Oh wow, man, my palate at that time probably just wasn't picking it up.
You had it a couple times because you had some.
And I'm sure I liked it.
You had some that I made, and then you had cornbread when Janice made the like the Mexican cornbread with the ground beef at the bottom.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've had cornbread, I just didn't remember having it in a stuffing form.
Yeah, because
I like cornbread.
Yeah. As far as like the holidays goes, I have the opposite problem. Like I know how to make everything from scratch. And I am told not to do it.
Oh, like your partner enjoys the store bought variety. It's just her palate. That's what she enjoys.
Yeah. She like I know how to make like a fresh cranberry relish with like orange zest and stuff in it. Nah, just get the canned stuff.
Look, no matter what, I want the canned stuff. I like the canned shit. I like the the slots out. I don't even like the canned. You know, they have the canned berries. Mm-hmm. I like the gelatinous
jelly.
Cut it into slices, put it on my sandwich situation. I enjoy it.
Yeah, where you can see the can ridges and everything. It's familiar.
I like the way it looks. I like the way it tastes. I enjoy that. I truly do, and I don't think I'd ever get rid of that. I wouldn't mind trying, a delicious cranberry relish. You know what I'm saying, with a little orange zest popping off. You know what I'm saying.
I had some of that within the last couple weeks. Something I ordered from somewhere came with that. I think it might have been. I ordered like this corned beef, Irish potato thing from Hooley House a couple weeks ago on a Friday, and I think that's what it was. It came like with like their spicy mayo type stuff, but then it also had like a cranberry sauce side with like actual bits of cranberry and stuff. And like it wasn't like the canned sauce; it's more like a homemade type of sauce.
Yeah. So yeah, if I could, you know what I'm saying, if I could step back, shoot the jumper on Thanksgiving, man, I think I truly would be. That would be what I would love to get dialed all the way in. I make a real good mac and cheese. Vanessa makes real good mashed potatoes. I can do it. Like I say, I can assist, and I know everything that needs to be involved with that. You know what I'm saying? Good cream and butter and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Really get the motherfuckers doing the damn thing. That's another thing, man. I try to make macaroni and cheese twice a year max. It is terrible for you, especially how I make it. That shit is death in the pan. And you know what I'm saying? You probably should only have a little bit of that and just chill out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why, like I said, Thanksgiving is like, we do this and we do this just this one time. We do that once a year. Everything else be cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that no more.
I was watching.
Death in the Pan.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say Death in the Pan makes it sound more delicious.
It really is. It's more in my particular situation. It's almost always it's like more cheese than noodle. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching, I think it was Dion Cole's, like some of his stand-up stuff on YouTube the other day, and he actually was talking about how like black cooking is different than white cooking because he's known a lot of white people who never had like black macaroni and cheese. They always thought that like, you know, Kraft was the cheesiest, and he goes, nah, he's like, black macaroni and cheese got like 16 cheeses in that shit.
Bruh. I truly, and as grocery stores get a little more like rambunctious with their cheese options,
it's overwhelming, man. Going into like Giant Eagle's cheese area and just seeing like all the different wheels and squares and shit.
Now I see what you do is go to Whole Foods and get an A cheese section and really fuck your head up. Cause then you start getting extra foreign on these foods.
They got 2 different cheese sections.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. We have stopped making standard mashed potatoes. We make Aligo now, and it's like a delicious cheese. Use it's either French or German cheese. It's the same cheese. It's just one's the French version, one's the German version, and potatoes, and you make them into just a fine. Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Aligo is amazing, man. I will definitely send y'all the recipe because it's just that good. And that's what we do for our like I said, our particular mashed potato now when that goes down. It's a New York Times article. It's a New York Times recipe that I like for Aligo that I fuck with. And so, yeah, getting that down there will be one of my goals. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can pull off just about anything else, you know what I'm saying, in the kitchen. I used to, when the kid's mom used to eat meat, I would make her a steak and I could hook that shit up, you know what I'm saying? And she liked it, so I don't know if that means anything, but she did. So, I mean, maybe I could, maybe that means I was okay in that regard. You know, I didn't have a cast iron pan, though, at that point. So, and now I do, so I bet you I could probably get in there and really hit it with the butter. I was watching Worth It today. And somebody had a carrot steak.
Carrot steak.
It looked good as fuck, bruh. It looked so good.
I like cooked carrot.
Yeah. So I was kind of impressed with that. They were all that stuff. They hit up Detroit for a bunch of stuff, and one of them was that carrot steak.
I'm not really skilled in the kitchen. I'll be honest. I'm not. Where I wish I could, as far. A particular dish you want to know if we want to perfect a particular dish or a particular style of cooking,
or one thing I was saying, or a new hobby that you would like to pick
up. This might count as both. I wish I was a better grill master. I wish I knew what I was. I mean, it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to throw stuff on a grill and cook it with fire, but like to really be a grill master, to earn that title, to have people look forward to like, oh, Gabriel's on the grill again. Something's good's about to come up. That's what I'd like to be.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like one helpful tip for that is make sure you add your moisture before you throw it on the grill. Brining is a real big thing to cooking any piece of chicken. You can do it with chicken, pork, or beef, but brining is pretty key.
Brining.
I feel like if you tomorrow is the holiday, besides T's birthday, but like a couple days ahead of time, get some water. Like if you're doing half sugar, half salt, like a half a cup of each. Put it in there, whatever seasoning you like, and let it sit in the refrigerator for about 2 days before you cook.
You don't even need the sugar if you don't want it either. Like, I the last couple brines I did was just salt and then the seasonings I wanted, and like the chicken came out really well for me. Like the sugar wasn't missed.
And on the low, if you keep pickles in your house, save your pickle juice, pickle juice brine for anything. Well, mostly poultry, I would feel it probably work the best.
Yeah, that's what they use for Chick-fil-A chicken.
Yeah,
the last batch of chicken breasts I made a couple weeks ago, I brined them for about 20 hours in the salt and seasoned bath in the fridge. Then I baked them in the oven, And I had them in a Tupperware container for a couple of days because I was eating them like, one at a time. And they were so tender that like I was able to like, when I bring them out of the fridge, I was putting them in a pan and just cooking them on like the stovetop just to warm them up. They were so tender from the brining that I was able to break them apart with a plastic spatula that I was using to move the pieces around. Like I didn't even have to cut it with a knife.
Slicing a turducken with his big fat hand.
I don't know if I'd pick up any new hobbies. I make several podcasts. I make a couple of different podcasts and some YouTube videos and stuff like that. I am a gamer. I collect records. I think I'm building Lego. I think I am hobbied down currently.
Marble racing.
I enjoy watching marble racing. I'm not really a marble racer per se. So I think I'm good on hobbies, but like I said, I would like to add to my abilities in the kitchen. To, of course, grow those wider would be dope.
I like to put more time into my writing, but I mean, I got some story. I got some story ideas. I gotta find time to put pen to paper. But four kids, it's hard.
Yeah, I hear you.
I gotta start getting my ass up in the morning before they get up, and I don't do that. It's my problem. I sleep in too much.
Yeah.
Sleeping in to me is like sleeping in till like 8 o'clock. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
I have a neighbor that won't let me sleep past 9 on a Sunday. Motherfucker was out there today edging up his driveway at 9 a.m. with the loud ass grinder. I just wanted to go out there and be like, come on, man, at least give me till 11. Like, I went to bed at 3 a.m. Come on now. Yeah, like, I know that, like, I'm probably in the wrong there. That's why I don't do it. But, like, I definitely go to the bathroom to piss, and I'd be grumpy while I hear that shit. Like, you're retired, man. You got all day. Like,
I have some.
Like, I got to go back to work on Tuesday.
I want to sit and watch some golf later, so I want to go ahead and get this edging done now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Boxman, what's been going on in your world, bro?
One last thing before we wrap up that other thing. If you're bored and want something to watch, may I recommend Cobra Kai? It's fucking fantastic. I watched all 20 episodes in one day.
I'm glad it got picked up by Netflix, and they're gonna do another season of it, so that's kind of dope.
Yeah. Also, The Boys came back Friday, so I watched the first 3 episodes of season 2 today before we did this call. So that's pretty good too.
Good. I've been watching anything. I saw there's a new Phineas and Ferb movie on Disney Plus. I'm pretty hyped about that.
Yeah, the boys have watched it twice.
Nice.
Maybe 3 times.
I'm gonna have to get down with that at some point, probably sometime tomorrow. I watched the Dora the Explorer movie today, the one we talked about years ago. Well, a couple of years back, you know what I'm saying? Because
with the girl from Cleveland.
Really,
bruh, if you got Hulu, go watch it. It was so fucking good. It was so much better than it had any right to be. CG is kind of shit, but I mean, I kind of expected it to be because it's kind of meant to be whatever. But way fun, way funny. I very much enjoyed it, man. And plus, it's short because it's a kids movie, so it's like they kept it mercifully brief. So I would definitely.
But they didn't have Boots or Swiper or anything.
They did have Boots and Swiper. Fuck yeah, they did.
No shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Voiced by Edward James Olmos.
Bruh, it is so good.
No, I was joking. Is he seriously in that?
Yes. See, I know Danny Trejo is one of them, and Edward James. I think it's Edward James Olmos, just by voice. Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Let's hit that IMDb. All right, backpack map. Where you at, Swiper? Boots was Danny Trejo. Okay, so and Swiper. Who the fuck did Swiper's voice? Swiper. Forgive me, Benicio del Toro.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Benicio del Toro was the voice of Swiper. If I'm not mistaken, at least Academy Award nominated, right?
No, he won that shit.
Oh, so there you go.
I had a friend once. I don't know. What?
I say for Sin City.
I don't know if this is considered something racist. My friend was like, I don't understand. I got a friend who once said like, when we were talking about that Benicio del Toro performance in Traffic, he's like, he just spoke Spanish the whole time. How'd he win an Oscar? Like, what? What's that have to do with anything, man?
You don't know if it's racist?
He's a friend of mine. I'm trying to give him a pass.
We've discussed this. You can love people and still call them out on their bullshit.
That's true.
So I know for certain your wife does it with certain members of certain family members because that is who she is. So it can be done. So
She's calling out her family members. Good for her.
She can do it. You can't. You can go the other way though. You can talk shit to your family, but you can't. So
my mom thinks that Trump's sent from hell. So I might have to talk her down a little bit the other way.
All right, Fox, hit it, Fravy. Just for my leisure, how was your football draft, in your opinion?
So I think I'll be okay. It's hard to tell, really, because I had company over while I was trying to do that draft. So I was trying to draft, but also talk to people who I don't see very often. So my attention was a little divided, but hopefully we'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. You can never know until the games are played.
Well, what'd you think about the whole draft experience and so forth? How was that? How'd that go for you? Just,
I don't think I got COVID. I mean, I was in a basement room surrounded by about 15 other dudes for about 6 hours, and no one coughed on me, and I only kissed 3 of them. So I think I'm COVID free. It's been a week. It's been 9 days now. I can still smell. I can still taste. Not coughing or breathing hard or nothing. No more than usual. So I think I'm okay. The other one was done online. So no COVID risk on that one. I just had someone in my living room who lives in California. So could have brought it here on the plane. Yeah, apparently, that buddy is a Navy vet, and apparently, there's some sort of program where homeless military people can get it's a form of Section 8 housing, but their rent is tied to their income. So right now he's technically unemployed, so his rent, I guess he has an apartment a couple blocks from Staples Center. And his rent's $40 a month right now because he's technically unemployed.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was talking to him about going out to Los Angeles in April because WrestleMania is supposed to be in Los Angeles next year. And he said that I could come stay with him. And the fact that I can work remotely now means I could just take my laptop with me and work in his apartment during the day and go out at night. The time difference will suck a little bit because I'll have to get up fucking 6 a.m. for work, but I could probably figure it out, work around it.
Fuck with it, man. I fuck with that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been there before, and I have a free place to stay. That's hard to pass up.
And we got folk out there, man. We got folk who probably love to fucking kick it with you if you were so inclined to kick it with them. So I'm saying we got heads. So that's dope, man.
Yeah, but none of that's what I was going to talk about. So. When we were doing we tried recording before this episode, we started to talk about merchandise, and I was starting to bring up the fact that shopping is getting a little more difficult locally because some of the shit that I needed the last time I went to Sam's Club, which was 5-6 weeks ago at this point. Apparently, they still don't have in stock. We're down to the last 9-pack of toilet paper, so we have 8 rolls of toilet paper left up here, which I haven't bought toilet paper since before the lockdown started. So I've been running off the what we have for about almost 6 months now, which I think is pretty good. But we ran out of paper towels 2 weeks ago, and my buddy grabbed a 2-pack from the dollar store, but so I went on Target.com the other day, and I used their partnership with some delivery service to have them bring me dry cat food and a couple random ass household things I needed. So, but I still have a shopping list of stuff that I need to get, and so I decided to order stuff from Sam's Club and then just pick it up tomorrow. So I was going through the app and trying to find stuff on there that I needed that I have on the shopping list. But like Sam's Club is like out of like all produce. They don't have toilet paper. They don't have paper towels. They don't have cleaning wipes. Like all this shit that I needed, like they don't have. And then so I went to Target because I need cat litter. Like I cleaned the litter box, but I don't have any fresh cat litter to put in. And they're like almost out of cat litter. Sam's Club didn't have any. I ordered it from Target today to have it delivered to me. So I needed to spend like $35. So I ordered like 2 things of cat litter and then like 4 packs of Brussels sprouts. Because like that was one of the things I was going to get from Sam's Club. So then like an hour and a half after I placed the order, the guy who was going to do the delivery calls me and tells me that like Target doesn't have any of my shit and that like he was going to the West 117th location and to text him and that he would try and get the order transferred to there. So I did that, and then he called me back and told me they wouldn't do it. And then he was offering to pick up the shit for me and just bring it to me and then I could pay him. But I'm like, that gets too complicated and I don't want you to have to trust me to give you the money somehow. So like I just told him it was okay. I'd figure out something else because like I needed that shit. Like so the Target doesn't have it. Sam's Club doesn't have it. And I ended up ordering it. I ended up ordering cat litter from Amazon, and it's supposed to be here Tuesday. So hopefully that shit shows up because like I just cleaned the litter box before we hopped onto these recordings, and it's down to the nitty gritty in there. It's like the heavily used litter that's left. It needs new litter, but it's like I'm trying to get it, but like there ain't shit around here, man. Like supplies are getting low. Like the holiday weekend is part of it, but like part of it I think is transportation. So my buddy who works in the trucking industry says that like freight is mega fucking expensive to move right now. So there's like a backup of getting shit. Like the last time I went to Sam's Club, they didn't have paper towels. That's why we ran out. Because like when I went, we were down to like 2 rolls, and then like they didn't have it, and now they still don't have it. So it's like it's getting hard to get shit. Like I'm trying to eat better, but I can't if like fucking places don't have like vegetables and shit.
Interesting. So Vanessa orders from our groceries from Meijer. And of course, they're a Target sub brand, and they use Shipt as well, or whatever the fucking service is.
Yeah, it was Shipt was the name of it. It was like it gave me like a 4-week free trial, and after that, they want to charge me $100 for like a year or something. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep it because like I don't know how often I'm gonna actually end up ordering from Target to justify paying $100 for
sure.
it.
And I don't think I don't think that's how hers they just do like shop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They come through and they just drop it off at contactless delivery. They just drop it off on my porch. And what I find missing usually is my bubbly water. They usually because I'm drinking bubbly brand, and of course I'm like they don't replace that. They can't replace that shit with nothing. And if it ain't got bubbly, fuck them. And what else was missing? For a very long while, I use Jif natural peanut butter, creamy. Mm-hmm. That's my shit. And up until about a month ago, it was not on shelves. Just blank shelves. Just wasn't there. I ended up using Skippy for about a month and some change. And that's finally back on shelves now. So whatever has had to happen has happened. I did go school shopping the other day, and I noticed school supplies are pricier. So like you were saying, freight might be the cause of that. You know what I'm saying? Getting stuff from China, which is always what it is. Nobody's flying right now. That's been what it is. No one's flying right now. Everything's coming via sea transit, which takes forever. And then when it gets here, you know what I'm saying, they got to hit trucks and so forth and get distributed amongst the country. And so it's the no flying shit in and out of various countries is really fucking a lot of people in regard to price right now. But I think I've been able to find toilet paper for say. Giant Eagle always has it. Toilet paper and paper towels. It's just a breeze. It's a breeze. I've not had an issue with that at all from having to go there. But I know you say you're trying to go to the store you go to, which is Sam's Club. So I've been good about that. Produce, again, Giant. I was at Giant Eagle the other day. They had a fine selection. I got some good fruits in the fridge and so forth. And Vanessa got me some good veg. Vanessa's dad's been growing veg, so a lot of our veg has been coming from him. So zucchini, tomatoes. What the fuck was that?
Tomato one.
I got all British on that ass. Tomatoes. So forth, and peppers and the like have been coming from him, directly from him. So like, she been getting me my spinach because I'm saying I try to basically I throw my spinach on anything at that point.
Yeah, like I have an order for tomorrow for me to go pick up from Sam's Club. It's my first time trying pick up instead of like going in there and actually shopping. So like spinach is in my order for tomorrow, so hopefully it's in stock by then because it didn't kick it out of my order when I did it today.
Yeah, so
I'm kind of nervous about it though because like I guess I've never picked up from there before, so like I'm just like one of those things where I'm unsure of the process. Like I'm sure it'll end up being fine, but I got first time jitters.
All this shit is just like this new way of doing all of this is so. It's also so stress inducing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like what the fuck.
Well, then I'm like guilt. I feel weird too. I'm like, do I end up tipping the person who puts the shit in my car, or like what do I do?
You ain't supposed to touch people anymore. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, tipping is just that. It's like literally that's an exchange that we're not supposed to engage in anymore.
Cash is dirty.
Like, I'll lay this $5 down on the ground, and it's on you to get it before the wind takes it away.
But like I said, I would suggest if you are at all inclined, just get the Meyer app, start adding shit to it. Because basically you can just add shit all week long, and then at the point where you think you want to pull the trigger, that's when like somebody will literally go.
Where is there even a Meyer app around here?
And they deliver to us just fine with no issue. So I'm sure they'll deliver to you just the same. Because it's just
that's a long ass drive.
What the fuck, man? We've driven across the country.
It's not like I can go to Avon and back. But I'm not a dude trying to make multiple grocery orders, like I feel like when you order pizza from a location, they have a certain radius.
True. I hear you.
I feel like Avon to Parma is probably not in the radius.
I mean, that's just an easy 480. It is. It literally is an easy hop on 480 and get there. It really is. So that's how I trust that they would probably have, like I said, no issue getting to you.
Yeah, we tried to do Avon and Elyria. Just get out of Cuyahoga County for safety issues,
But see, that's the thing, right? How funny, oddly enough, Lorraine currently is, whatever code COVID right now, and Cuyahoga's not anymore.
It's the more rural places in Ohio that are starting to ramp up because, I mean, a lot of those places didn't believe in masks.
733 new cases reported today in the news in Ohio, so they got to get right. And hopefully people stay their ass home over tomorrow and not try to go.
Just wear your damn mask. Houses. I mean, what? Nah, I'm not going to get into that. You can't convince people.
I got into it in my group chat the other day. Like, it's no secret that like I haven't been very happy lately, and I honestly I didn't feel like doing this show the other day anyway. So I was like happy when Gabe asked us to reschedule because like I didn't want to do it that night anyway. Like I was thinking about just not doing it. So but like I got into it in our group chat because like the one dude always posts like articles from like every fucking source about COVID, and then it turns into a debate with the other guy where they talk about statistics and how like science is ignoring the evidence and like yada yada yada, and then like I'd had enough and I snapped and I started yelling at the one dude and I called him a hypocrite because like he's the one that posts all the fucking articles talking about like masks and distance and like people shouldn't be getting together, yada yada yada, and I'm like why the fuck are you posting all this shit if like you have people over your house all the fucking time and like you didn't stop going anywhere, like you still go to the comic book store and you still go out to get food and like you still go to the butcher shop and like you're still going over to people's houses and like I guess like they did a Zoom call for when we did the online draft last Sunday, but I didn't get in it because I had two people here in my living room, so I couldn't do the draft, watch the Zoom chat, and talk to my company. But apparently like he had like 14 people at his house while they were doing the draft. So I just I had enough. I'm like, why should I listen to what you're telling me or the articles that you're posting in here when like you don't even fucking follow this shit? Like, okay, you had 14 people in your house. Like, it was the whole thing where like people were like, keep it under to groups of 10 or less. Like, that to me made no fucking sense because it's like it's a half measure. All you're doing is you're slowing the spread. You're not stopping it. Just because you had 10 people in your house doesn't mean that fucking COVID can't be spread at that point. That just means you were less likely because you had less people around. Like, you're not any safer. And so for him to just be like, constantly hammering the shit about like people not playing football and yada yada yada. And then it's like you have 14 people on your patio while you're doing a football draft. I was like, fuck this. I'm tired of hearing it because I'm like sitting here day after day after day by myself, going nowhere, having no one to interact with really. Like I see my one buddy for the few minutes he walks past from his bedroom to the kitchen, and that's it. So it's like I'm sitting here day after day after day after day after day, and it's just wearing on me. And then I have this dude sending all these fucking articles in who like never stopped living his life in any regard. Still doing all the same shit, still having people over. It's like I'm just tired of hearing it from people.
I get it. And it's like I just I don't know. Like I said, I went to Xander's well, they had a football game Friday and I went to go watch Xander perform. And it's only parents allowed in there, parents of athletes and performers. So it was very empty. Yeah, I kind of not empty as compared to you've been to a game before, so you know what it's like. But it was very empty. The kid they actually put the band only plays home games, and so they were on the other side of the stadium doing their own little social distance situation. So it was I don't know. It was a bit of a normal for once. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of normal, and I was like, all right, that's a good taste of normal. Plus, I was very proud because the band hasn't had very much time to practice, and I was like, y'all crushed it, man, because they playing new songs this go around, you know. And I was like, they got new songs, and they got out there and did the damn thing, and I was very impressed. I was like, all right, y'all pretty good. So I'm just proud of my boys, so you know how that works. But yeah, man, it's like I'm tired, man. I know you're tired, and like I said, I literally just read a piece about how people in your position who are like, you know what I'm saying, not like basically by yourself, are right about now. It's starting to hit all of y'all at the same time. Like this is some bullshit, and you know what I'm saying. Your mind and body are starting to feel it at its worst right about now. Seemingly, it is all hit at once right now for like I said, people in your particular wheelhouse. So I hear you. You are right, and I'm glad you got some shit off your chest to that particular person, and maybe will. I don't know. Maybe nothing will come up, but maybe something will. Who knows?
Well, the funny thing about it was, it's like I'm not very confrontational, especially in settings like that. So like generally, when I get angry and speak up, people stop and take notice. And, like, I was talking to my one buddy in a side chat, just me and him, and he's like, I don't think people in here could tell if you were joking or not, because, like, you don't really do what you just did. And I'm like, no, I'm fucking angry. Like, I'm fucking depressed. I'm irritated. I'm tired of being stuck in the house every goddamn day by myself. And, like, I'm tired of people preaching to me about it. About how I should feel about it, and so like I just finally let it all go, and I snapped.
Thanks.
The shoot to the left.
Oh my god! I just want you eating good, and so I simply suggest.
I'm trying. Everything I order, they don't have.
I didn't actually mean good as in healthy. I just mean good as in like your belly is full, and you ain't got to be hungry. So that's all I mean.
My belly is full. That's the problem.
Yeah, Myers is a very good choice. Like, I mean, right around the first of the month is always terrible for any store you go to.
I forgot we're early in the month, and that is.
Yeah, today is only the 7th. Your birthday.
Yeah, that's just.
How did this year fly by but drag on at the same time?
I can't believe we're in September already. Like, it boggles my mind that my birthday is in 20 days. Like, I don't know how the fuck we got here so fast.
Yeah, it's like time is a goddamn flat circle, bro. It really is.
Like, I feel like it was like just yesterday that I was in the office downtown walking out to come home and do one day of online testing. And the next thing I know, it's fucking almost 6 months later and I'm still here.
Even in a mask, I saw the woman who worked at Campbell's downtown today at Target. I was like, hey, I know that lady. I did not go approach her. That seems weird. But it was good to know. It's good to know. I was like, hey, I know that lady. I know that hair and I guess these eyes.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine Friday night, and he is an occupational therapist. And what he does is like pretty much, pretty much anybody who needs help from healing from anything, that's what he helps with. And he's been working with COVID patients.
Yeah.
And he was saying how, like, it was this whole family. And, like, the kids pretty much were unaffected by it. The wife, was sick for about 2 weeks. And but the husband was in the hospital for a month. And, like, after he, started to feel a little bit better, it was just like, he remembered none of it, so he doesn't know if he didn't have a taste or smell. Like, he just doesn't know what happened during those 30 days at all.
Wow.
And like he was saying how like him and his wife, like get tested like every week. They get tested every week, but like it's off because they're both nurses, and he was saying like that's one of the good things about them actually being in the field, how often they test. But then I met another guy that night, or not met, but talked to another guy that night. He works for the Cleveland Indians, and they test every 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's still a lot of testing. There's still a lot of it going on. But some people bounce back, some people don't. You just still got to try to be as careful as you can.
I want to say it was it Pitt? Some doctor was just the other day. It was like some sports team doctor was like, it was like what the numbers seem outrageous. It was like a outrageously high percentage of players who had COVID had residual heart issues, which is a side effect of the disease in some people, in some situations. And that's why he was like, that's why we ain't playing football. Then I was like watching like Sports Center highlights of people who were playing football. It's all teams in the South. And it's like, no disrespect to the South, because I'm saying, I get it. I got family and people down there, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, they just don't seem to give a fuck. Or like, man, that stadium was kind of looking kind of full. And I'm like, what is y'all doing? But I can't call it.
The problem, though, that comes up that I've been seeing with a lot of this shit is it's like one report will come out and it'll say something like you said for like the college heart thing. And then there's another report that comes out with like using data that's like, oh, no, that article is not actually accurate. And it's like the goalpost keeps moving. And like I don't know what's the standard anymore. I don't know what shit is true and what shit's conjecture. It seems like people are just picking and choosing now what they're using for data, and like I don't know what to believe anymore. Like I just try and live and get by, but like I'm getting to the point where it's like I've been bunkered up for 6 months, and like bad shit has happened, but it hasn't happened to the degree of which I was led to believe it would happen. Maybe because of action taken, maybe because it wasn't so serious to begin with. I don't know. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm just like, all right, shit ain't popped off in 6 months. Like how much more longer do I got to do this shit?
Yeah, I hear you. I truly can't call it, man. I just been trying to, in my situation, I've been like, let me just get out here and exercise and try to eat better, and that way, maybe I can just avoid. Maybe if I can lower my risk factors for, I guess in general, you know what I'm saying? Then COVID becomes less of a worry to, straight murder my ass, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But that's also another thing is normally we don't live science this action packed. Normally science is some shit that has time to move and kind of sit and do what it's going to do science wise. But we are living in constant research right now because everybody and mama's researching it, hoping to fucking find something like what makes what of it. So yes, you're right. The science on this move is moving at like, you know what I'm saying, oddly enough, breakneck speed for science sake. You know what I'm saying? Not breakneck speed for like, I really wish we could get out the fucking house.
But yeah, because the thing that you said about like the heart like thing from the pen doctor or whatever, Like I had seen that, like they talked about in our group chat the other day. So it's like one person posted an article saying that shit, and then someone else posted an article like completely debunking that entire premise about like athletes with like the heart stuff after. So it's like, I don't know where the fuck the truth is anymore. Like, because I'm seeing shit for both sides. Then there's no one that's just like definitive at this point.
There's nothing definitive because things are changing every day. Like it's.
No, all I was gonna say was like the whole thing of that heart thing confused me about like the long-lasting heart issues or whatever. Because I'm like, how the hell could we even know
exactly
if this shit's all still so fresh? So it's like, how can you tell me that these athletes are gonna have long-lasting heart issues when this shit ain't even been going on but for 6 months? It's like, if they just got it 3 weeks ago and they still got a little bit of a cough, I'm like, am I supposed to think that we're all gonna have residual coughs? Like, what's residual? Like, what's the time frame on residual? You know?
I kind of,
and it's like how many athletes are we talking here? Are we talking 3? We talking 30? Like, I don't know the numbers they're using. People are just saying shit, and then it's like we all read it, and then the panic ensues, and now we think we're all gonna die of congestive heart failure because like a football player on a 60-man squad got like a heart murmur or something.
I mean, I kind of wish it was more panic ensuing. I wish more people would kind of just like take some of the stuff in eat. But I don't know. I would love for the city to completely shut down seriously for 2 weeks.
I mean, it's like at some point, what do you got to fucking lose? You know, it's like why not just try their hand and like, all right, you know what, fuck it, let's see what that guy's. let's try that guy's way of doing it just for once. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, at this point, the governor has done like kind of just the bare minimum when you think about it, and they want his ass out the job. So it's like to ask for more. I don't know, man.
Some of the stuff feels like a bit of a half measure. Like, so like professional sports can play, but like college athletes can't play. Like, what the hell's the difference? If the kids want to play football and they sign a waiver or they're down for it, then fucking let them play. I mean, if you're gonna let the pros play, then let the college kids play. I'm not sitting here demanding that they do it because like I'm not involved in it. Like, I would like to watch it, but if I don't end up watching it, life will go on. But like, how are you gonna let the pros play, but then like just ban the college kids?
Because they're college kids.
But then like high schools are playing.
Nobody has banned anything. these NCAA, like, you know, whatever schools have just been like, no.
Yeah, the conference.
So I'm saying it's like
because it's not all conferences. That's like why some of the other conferences are playing in the South. It's like the Big Ten. I think the Pac-12 were the two that like bowed out. But like they're saying that like the Big Ten may end up playing in like a month or so. Like they're working.
I thought they were trying
to
play in January.
They gonna play in the bubble.
That was part of it, and then they were talking like October 10th possibly. So it's like that's another thing. It's like no one fucking knows. It's like y'all didn't want to play, and then like 2 weeks later, oh, maybe we do want to play, and then like I don't know fucking what. I'm so backwards on everything now.
Yeah.
But I will check out that Cobra Kai like you suggested.
Dude, it's so fucking good. It's right now it's 2 10-episode seasons. They're each like 30-35 minutes long. I literally watched all 20 episodes in one day.
It is pretty stinking great. Plus, it's just you never at least okay. I never in my life would have thought that these actors could come back all these years later and just do the damn thing. It's amazing. It's like respect due to it, bro, for real. So
I always wanted to see the show, but I didn't want to buy YouTube Red or whatever specifically to watch it. So I never did. And then I just opened up Netflix the other day and saw it on the main menu. I was like, are you kidding me? Holy shit.
Like, thank you. I need that shit. Have y'all seen the preview for Enola Holmes? I don't know if that has any of y'all hype, but I'm like, fuck yeah, this looks amazing. So
yeah, I seen the preview. It's with the little girl from Stranger Things.
Sherlock Holmes and his Mycroft's little sister is being raised by their mother, But she's also like whip smart, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so on. But then their mother gets kidnapped or disappears, and she's going to go find out why. At the same time, Sherlock and Mycroft are like, we want to send you to like finishing school and keep you safe in boarding school while we try to figure out what's going on with mom. And like, of course, she's like, fuck that bullshit. I'm about to go try to find my mama. Helena Bonham Carter is the elder Mrs. Holmes. Henry Cavill, Superman, is fucking Sherlock, which looks. I'm like, fuck yeah, you're Sherlock, and it's like you said,
as long as they keep John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell away from it, it'll be good.
I didn't see that. Was that any good?
That Holmes and Watson movie was fucking trash.
So there you go. It seemed trash. It looked trash to me. So
yeah, and like I watched it. Like you would think John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell, it would at least be like funny, but it was just like sad, funny.
What's so sad about it?
Like pathetic sad. You know, like just like a lot of like druggy poop humor that like just nah. It was no Step Brothers or anything like that. Just no.
Hey, they can't all be homers. You know what I'm saying? young sleepy Gabe, man. What's poppin' with you, man?
Oh, wish a whole lot, but nothing really to report. Been working. Been going to the office a little bit to catch up on some things, but I'm gonna dial that back a bit and start working from home more. I've set up a little workspace for myself, so I'm not working in the middle of chaos of children playing with one another.
Yeah.
Didn't your family try and kick you out or whatever from working from home?
It's like they both wanted him gone and wanted him there at the same time. It was Schrodinger's job.
My wife being cranky, she wants me around. She loves me. She just gets cranky sometimes, as spouses tend to do sometimes.
I wouldn't know.
But God, I just wish there was something to report. I mean, nothing exciting going on in my household. I've been doing some reflection lately about my anger and my rage, and I'm like, you know what, I feed into it way too much, and I've said it before. I don't know if I feel like this time's gonna be different, but I said, like, I'm done with the AM radio. I'm done with the looking for stuff on Twitter to get me angry. Yeah, I know. But I gotta stop living in this state of rage.
Yeah,
it's an addiction. It's like anything else, man. Like, you understand addiction a lot better when you admit to yourself that you have one. So it's like I can understand like the psychology behind an alcoholic or a drug addict or whatever, because I deal with like food addiction. So like I imagine it's the same thing with like there's probably like some sort of anger addiction or where you go seeking things that make you irritated because it's like a feeling that you're familiar with or something.
There's such thing. You can be comfortable with a feeling because you're used to it and still not like it. It doesn't feel good to be in a state of rage, but it's something I'm comfortable with because I'm familiar with it.
But it's a. I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah, there's a familiarity to it. You can kind of make sense of it, like, and then you kind of poke fun at it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this idiot Larry, elder, talking wild again, talking reckless again, and in just the way you expect him to, about just the thing you expect him to. It kind of is it's one of those things that remains. It's a constant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can understand why you lean on, but also, you will fall off the wagon sometimes. It takes people many times to get on and then ride that wagon strong. There are people who have been off shit, you know, for years that all of a sudden fucking fall back off and like get drunk again or get high again or whatever.
I feel like we're always gonna fall off the wagon at some point. Like it's inevitable. It's how long that you can. The gap between falling off and getting back on is what really is the key. Because it's like, you know, it's part of who we are. It's like being addicted to something, you're not all of a sudden just gonna not be addicted to it for the rest of your life. Like, it's a daily struggle. Like, it's a minute-to-minute struggle. Like, I remember a couple weeks ago, I was talking to T about how, like, I didn't order Taco Bell. Like, I fought it and whatever. And then I ended up ordering Taco Bell the next day. So it's like, I fell off within 24 hours, you know? Like, it's part of our nature. Like, you got to try and win the battle one at a time and try and string a few together. But eventually, like, you're going to take an L.
And don't take the L and then be like, well, fuck it. I might as well just go back a whole hog. Just accept that you fucking took that L, and then try to do better the next time. And that's legitimately it. Bruh, I had me a Mexican pizza the other day for the first time ever because they taking it. And I had it with shredded chicken because they taking shredded chicken too. So I was like, let me get a shredded chicken Mexican pizza. It was fucking amazing.
That's what I did.
Fucking amazing.
Friday when I was watching Cobra Kai, I ordered Taco Bell because of them taking the Mexican pizzas away. Yeah, they're taking away Mexican pizzas, they're taking away shredded chicken, and they're taking away pico de gallo.
Which is insane because their pico is what they use on all they vegetarian shit. It's kind of bullshit that they doing that.
They're getting down to the point where they ain't gonna have shit left but like Doritos Locos Tacos.
But to my homegirl Nick Jew, who is really, really not taking this Mexican pizza death well.
Oh, I wasn't happy either because it was one of the things that I get every time.
I never had it. And guess what? I should have been eating this whole goddamn time. I should have been eating this whole fucking time. It was so good. Especially, again, I had it made with shredded chicken because, you know, it's your boy Rose. And it was amazing. And I'm sorry that I didn't know that it was so good. And I will miss it now. Just like I miss cheesy festa potatoes. Whew, good Lord, man.
Yeah, it's literally getting to the point where like they're axing so many things on the menu where I'm like, you're about to have no reason for me to fucking fall off the wagon and come to you.
Look, it's like they're trying to help us out. Like, no, nothing you want is here anymore. Go away. Like, fine, you're right.
Yeah. Like, I used to get, like, just potatoes being gone, period. I stopped getting the cheesy festa potatoes because they stopped having onions, the green onions there. And that was many, many years ago. But, yeah, there's nothing for me to get from there right now.
Yeah.
Do they still do breakfast?
I don't know if they still do breakfast.
I haven't been there for breakfast in a while, but they advertised it.
Because I mean, I haven't tried to get a Taco Bell breakfast in like 5 years. And it's like, I don't see ads for any of that shit
I want you to know this. The grilled cheese burrito is a goddamn
amazing.
work of art. And if they're gonna keep that on the menu, they might have me somewhere. Work of art. I want you to know.
I tried it because like the one YouTube guy, the black dude, Dame Drops, he did a review on it like a month or two ago, and like he shits on Taco Bell constantly in his reviews. And when he got that thing, he talked about how amazing it was. So I was like, all right, if the dude who I watch all the time constantly shits on Taco Bell is saying that this thing is amazing, I have to try it. So I got it, and like it's a fucking revelation.
And it's called a grilled cheese burrito?
Yeah.
What's in it?
Whatever you get for your burrito, but then they grill that bitch with cheese on the outside of it.
Like their base is like Mexican rice, sour cream, cheese. You can get
Of
chicken
course.
in. I think like the normal one comes with beef, but like you can pick the meat, and then like they take the burrito shell and they grill cheese onto the outside of one part of it. So it's like a weird half grilled cheese thing where it's like, just imagine they took the burrito and just put melted cheese on one part of the shell.
Yeah, to make it crispy. Dynamic contrast.
It's so good. It's so good. And like I said, I bought way too much Taco Bell the other night. So actually, I had Taco Bell like one night, and then I had some in the morning the next day. Basically, it was my breakfast the next day. Because I was like, all right, it's cool. I put it, and then so the next day was my grilled cheese burrito. God, it was so much better the second day too, bro. Because like I said, it's so good. Just, I would tell you right now, I would look Taco Bell open. Oh my God, it was so dope, man. But I mean, there you go, Gabe. That is actually dope, man. It's like you that you continue to try to grow as a person, and And if that ain't fucking the theme of this particular episode, man, just trying to do and be better and as best you can be in this fucking weird ass environment we are still in. Lockdown for 6 goddamn months is. Who thought we was gonna be doing this long? Nobody. I truly thought we'd be back at work a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, like I thought we'd be back in the office by like June.
We kept saying, we kept pushing it. Oh, June. Well, maybe August. You know what I'm saying? Oh, September. Oh, never?
I always thought September.
Yeah.
I always thought it would be.
It was my hope that it would be never, but like I always assumed it would be like June by the latest. And then like when June became July, and then July became September, and then July or September became permanent. I was like, oh, they really don't want any liability up in this bitch. Man, I heard a rumor before I left on Wednesday last week that they're talking about maybe moving to a 4-day work week and trying to get people to come to work Saturdays. And I heard it from the guy who told me the day before they announced that we were moving permanently to work from home. I heard it from that guy. So he isn't in somewhere.
What you be doing on Saturdays?
They want to have a Saturday shift. Oh, so like, because they try and force us to work Saturday OT right now. So I think what it is they're trying to convince people to have like a 4-day work week, but then the trade-off is going to be some of us have to work Saturdays, and I ain't fucking doing that shit.
I would love that. I would love to have a 4-day work week, like 14-hour days, and then one of them be Saturday, and I'll just be like working by myself and everybody else doing their own shit in the house. I would love that shit.
I absolutely hate the notion of off shifts, like I'm working at retail again. No. I work fucking 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and the weekend is mine, not yours. And I'm not coming up off of that shit.
Yep.
So, no thank you, sir.
I love a change.
Like I'm fine with the 4-10 days, but as long as they're in Monday through Friday, like I'm not. I don't want to go back to working Saturdays. Like if I'm working weekends, like it's on schedule. Like I didn't just tell you I would work OT for you. Then like something in my life has gone horribly wrong.
Oh my goodness. You know how it gets down, people, man. We head to the Am I the Asshole situation. I want y'all to know I'm looking at this picture of this line judge who is looking at Djovic after he hit her with that ball, and the look on her face is, motherfucker, I'm gonna see your ass in court. I know she's gonna sue this nigga. So when it go down, we know it'll be it's gonna be probably a judgment situation where I'm like, okay. Yeah, he should probably do that. But my partner goes out of her way to grab us a bunch of Am I the Assholes. I open them up so I can just run through them, and I don't read them before now. So let's go through a few Am I the Assholes, and you tell me which one speaks the loudest to you. This one has been removed by moderators, so I'm going to read you the title. I'm going to read you the title of it. Am I the asshole for being angry at my girlfriend and not fulfilling my promise to her because she was ingenuine? I don't think that's the word that guy wanted to use about her sex life. Alas, that is deleted, so we won't know.
I feel like you need to start reading these when you get them now.
No, I feel like Vanessa needs to start screen capping them.
Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my daughter's college?
Boring.
Would I be the asshole if I didn't go to my grandmother's funeral just to spite my mother?
Probably that one. That one over the college.
There's another one that
sure.
has been deleted. Am I the asshole for cursing out someone who accused me of mocking George Floyd? That has been deleted, so we'll never know. Close that one. Am I the asshole for being friendly? No, am I the asshole for being friend/friendly with my boyfriend's ex? Would I be another deleted one? Would I be the asshole for giving my dad's girlfriend the silent treatment because she didn't say she loved me back? That seemed like that would have been fun. Damn it! Another deleted one. Am I the asshole for blowing up at my 25-year-old female? She's 25-year-old female boyfriend, 30 male, for letting my dog off the leash to chase a rabbit. That should be deleted. That seems terrible. Another goddamn, she was crushing this week. Am I the asshole for hating my sister and wishing sometime that she dies? Again, that has been deleted.
Fuck, well, we got
That's
like
just made
three
up.
we can
We
choose
literally
from?
have 3 we can choose from because this last one has also been deleted. Am I the asshole for eating my German Shepherd? That one has also been deleted. So what remains is, am I the asshole for being friendly with my boyfriend's ex? Would I be the asshole if I didn't go to my grandmother's funeral just to spite my mother? And am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my daughter's college?
You guys can choose all those.
All
I don't want to hear any of those.
Go with the Audible then.
No. We can always Audible. So now let's just click on the Am I the Asshole community and see if I see anything that hits those. These are the fresh ones.
We're going rogue.
Am I the asshole for calling my friend stupid? That only has 2 comments. We're not gonna bother that. In fact, let me roll down. I want to find something that's got a little meat, a little gristle.
Find something with some
Let's
girth.
see. This one has 51 comments. Am I the asshole for asking my fiance to reuse his shower towel more than 2 times?
Wait, this dude's getting a fresh towel
34
every
comments.
time?
Am I the asshole for laughing and saying I told you so after my sister let her daughter chop her hair and it didn't work out? 24 comments. Am I the asshole for wanting a rude and aggressive stranger to pick fruits from my tree? For not wanting this rude and aggressive stranger. We did a fruit picking one before.
Oh, you're not the
Jesus
asshole.
Christ, these people. Would I be the asshole if I cut my sister-in-law out of my wedding because her dress is the wrong color? Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend eat onions? I feel like that speaks to Box. Box is a fan of onions from the day I met him. I feel like I knew that about him. He loves some onions.
I do love onions.
One of the few people I know who love onions. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm trying to find one specific. Am I the asshole for not eating the cake my wife made for me?
That's a birthday themed one.
I feel like that's
It seems serendipitous.
That's what I'd like to say. All right, and this one has 43 comments. This one seems like a good deal too. Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my 36 female estranged sisters, 39 female kids while she visited the hospital? All right, I'm gonna ride out with the onions and cake for right now. Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend eat onions? On mobile, so sorry about format. My boyfriend and I are staying at an Airbnb with his family. The room we're staying in is a bit small and a bit warm. The issue is he loves eating raw onions as a snack.
What, like an apple?
Besides the obvious bad breath, the onions make him gassy, and it's bad. Like really fucking bad. His grandmother made him a bowl of chopped up onions that's been sitting in lemon water all day, and he's going to eat it as a nighttime snack. This where I might be the asshole. I told him he wasn't allowed to eat onions tonight because I wasn't going to be sharing a small and warm room with him while he farted the whole night away. Now he's mad because he says I'm being bossy, and I think he's being inconsiderate. Am I the asshole? Edit. They lowered the temperature of the AC in the house, so the room is significantly cooler now. A lot of people suggesting him taking Beano to help with his farts. I've asked him about it a week ago to take something similar to that, and he refused.
There's a Beano competitor?
I'm sure it's probably like,
It might be some generic or
generic
something.
equivalent of Beano. Lino.
Good. I was looking for us to say good value. Vino.
Vino, you know what I'm saying?
Great value, whatever.
Faux Vino, Fino.
Are you talking about
No.
wine?
You ever heard of Beano? Like the pills you take to keep you from getting gassy? From eating beans?
No, I've never heard of it.
No, yeah, it's called Beano.
No, I've never heard of that
Man,
before.
I know you watched some daytime television. I feel like that's some shit you would have seen every time you were.
I haven't seen The Price is Right in many years, sir.
Or they should have suggested some activated charcoal. That's something that millennials know about.
Pepto, right?
Yeah, that's why Pepto does have charcoal in it. That's what makes you poop blood.
Oh yeah, that freaked me out when we were in Toronto.
She suggested take something for the gas, and he said no.
Yeah. First comment, not the asshole. Never judge by the title alone, LOL. First, who the hell eats raw onions as a bedtime snack?
Man, that's super terrible.
Second, a warm room full of farts is awful. Third, you should just take a dump in a brown bag and place it under his side of the bed and just say, oh,
Damn,
it must be something I
that'll
ate.
make you the asshole. And also, unless you like your own brand that much, you're hurting yourself.
That's gross.
Oh, shit. This person, Vampire Slayer 15, says, nah, definitely a strange choice in snack. Maybe you should have just straight told him he couldn't eat them. But he could also take you and your sleeping situation into consideration. Maybe offer some stomach meds and mouthwash if he insists on it being his nighttime snack. Not realizing she had already done that. She actually has said, hey, bro, that shit make your breath smell, and maybe consider some Beano so you ain't such a farty fart mess.
I love onions, but not enough to like do that kind
just
of
snack
shit.
On some onions, soak them hoes in some lemon, and just munch down?
That's not a normal thing to do.
And like, you say you love onions, but I don't think you do.
Yeah, like I'll load them up on like my hot dog and my hamburgers, and like I love like grilling them for like pierogies and use them in like my taco salads and all kinds of shit. Like I love putting onions on my food, but I'm not over here like eating an onion like an apple or like I'm in holes or some shit.
I think you enjoy onions and can appreciate their spice, their what they bring to the meal. This motherfucker loves onion. I
have to admit his love is on him.
Y'all not playing the same.
We root for the onion hot dog at the Indians game races, but he's like sexually attracted to it.
Mm-hmm. I thought when they were like soaking them in the lemon, I thought that was to help with the farts, but I guess he just like lemony ass onion.
Yeah, like what does that even do?
Delicious lemon soaked onions.
I know if I eat like fried or dried onions, it gives me gas. And like I try to stay away from like onion straws, unless I know I just don't care.
I love onion straws.
Me too.
Apparently, if you soak your onion slices in lemon juice for 20 minutes, it tames the raw onion flavor and lends itself to a slightly pickle flavor.
So he's trying to tame the onion taste?
So
he likes pickled onion.
Beat back the onion flavor. Yeah, so, just buy the man a jar of pickled onions, I guess. He don't keep in his martini. He's just eating them to the face. Am I the asshole for not eating the cake my wife made with me? My wife made me. It was my 31 male birthday a few weeks ago, and my wife, 30 female, decided to make me a cake for my birthday since she loves cooking. However, there is one problem. I have a very strict diet. He spelled strict, S-T-R-I-C-K.
Strawberry.
I came with a dude in high school who used to say scrubbers. No sweet, no sweats, because again, this man can't spell. No fast food, barley, any starches, etc. I'm reading this as it's written, so y'all can.
He's mad. He's incensed so bad he can't spell.
And the cake had sugar in it. When she showed it to me, I was a little confused, but thanked her anyway and watched her eat the cake. She seemed annoyed that I wasn't eating any of it and asked why I'm not having any. I asked her if she put any sugar in it. She said yes, and I told her she knows I don't eat sugary food. Surgery food.
God,
forgive me. Let me get his spelling correct. He doesn't eat surgery food.
Did he say this was his wife or girlfriend? Wife.
After that little talk, she was distant for the rest of the day. I asked her why she was so distant that night. She said I was.
You was trying to get some of that ass. She's like, you eat my cake.
She said I was an uptight ass and still thinks I acted like an ass to this day.
He was trying to eat some other cakes, and she said, "No, you don't want to eat. You don't want to eat the cake I made. You can't have my other cakes."
This motherfucker ain't cake fool.
So Reddit, am I the asshole? Edit. I and my wife met when we were both 14. My diet is self-appointed. I started the diet when I was 14, and he's now 31 and she's 30. I had sugar willingly a few times since then, but they were when I was either too drunk to care about my diet, or I was half sleeping and completely forgot about my diet. Because he did not spell died, he spelled died. Edit, I have had natural sugar in fruits, but not often since I don't like fruits that much and due to my diet.
So pretty much what you're trying to say is he's an asshole because he can't spell.
I'm not saying anything like that. Don't put those words in my mouth.
Your face said it.
Not the asshole. As long as she knew about your diet, I'm sure she meant well. But why would she bake something for you that you couldn't eat? Edit. I see that you've been on the diet since you were 14, presumably before she met you. She's TA for being upset at you for not eating it. The asshole?
The asshole. You know what? I'm going to say something controversial. This guy's an asshole.
Why would you call him an asshole?
Because he's been on this diet for what? Over half of his life.
16 years, 17 years.
He could take a break for his wife's cake.
Nah, fuck that.
I feel like there's some problems on both sides. Like, the wife making the cake, knowing full fucking well that he doesn't eat that kind of stuff, and then giving him grief about it is a shitty thing. But I feel like if this man is willing to admit that, like, when he drinks, he slipped up because he doesn't give a shit, or, like, if he's willing to eat some fruit sometimes with some natural sugar, like, he's shown a propensity to be able to suck it up and, like, consume a little bit. So, like, I feel like just to make his wife happy, he could have, like, maybe had like a little sliver or something just to appease her.
Exactly.
Nah, fuck
but
that.
here's a flip to it. I hear you in that regard. But like, if Vanessa came and served me up a ham and was mad that I didn't eat that ham, knowing I ain't ate swine in since high school, since '92, I can tell you. You see.
That's why I said only because he's shown a propensity to at times
You know what?
bend his own
that is
rule.
where
You don't have the occasional swine.
But at the same time, T, you don't eat beef either. Eat beef either. But you've tried a couple pieces, and if somebody still try to offer you a steak, I know you wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, I have indeed. I remember when the kid's mom was pregnant with, I believe, Xander. She was craving double cheeseburgers, and I ended up craving double cheeseburgers. So I ate several McDonald's double cheeseburgers over the course of my son's gestation. And them was the God's honest gospel. I don't know if they still good to this day, but they was right then and back in 2003. I can tell you that, champ. And
I had a quarter pounder with cheese the other day. I was very disappointed.
But here's another thing. Vanessa had the last time we had her birthday at a strip. She had the big boy steak that Dan gets or has gotten. I don't know if you get it all the time, but you've gotten it in past.
Every time I've ever been there,
and I did indeed. I tried. I was just like, okay, let me try it, and it did nothing for me. But Box smoked some meat, and it wasn't pork. I'm almost positive it was beef. Wrestling had been wrestling. I'm saying I feel like,
it's wrestling.
And I tried a little piece of that. Fucking fantastic. But I wouldn't. But again, I'm not eating meat. So here it is. I'm showing you the propensity that every now and again I can wiggle and eat some beef
on your terms.
On my terms.
It shouldn't be.
You are correct. On my terms, under my situations, yes. But nobody's gonna serve me. Nobody's making me a goddamn steak. You are correct. No one's also going to be like, "Oh, it's your birthday. Here, have have a steak." Well, I don't eat that. Come on, bro. What am I gonna do with that? But like I said,
and if she would have brought up, well, hey, you did that sometimes. That doubles down on her assholery. Like,
but I feel like in this situation, there is enough asshole to go around.
I mean, it's cake.
It's gaping.
Oh.
You've seen it. You know it. Shut up.
You love it. You plugged it in and it looks like a foxtail.
I wonder if like he's just down on normal sugar, or if he'll eat something like a sugar substitute, like erythritol or something like that.
I wonder what about it. I mean,
that's true.
Maybe he just like me was touched by the words of somebody who was like, "Yo, you shouldn't fuck with that sugar, dog," at a young age, and it stuck. You know what I'm saying? And so as a person who has a weird dietary restriction, weird to some, what would be seen weird to some, and just fine to others, I get it. I do understand it.
Yeah, self-appointed.
You know what I'm saying? So man, that's just what it is.
Seems like a waste of a cake. Maybe that's why I'm upset.
Hey, you hate wasting shit, I know, but
I was just listening to Judge John Hodge the other day, and this woman constantly, especially during quarantine, but before quarantine even, is like a super duper baker. She's all constantly making cake, and her husband had to take her on Judge John Hodge. Was like, Judge, I need her to either stop making cakes or start getting rid of these cakes because these cakes is amazing, and all I'm doing is eating these fucking cakes, and I have type 1 diabetes.
Oh, well, that can kill him. That's different.
That's exactly what it came down to. He's relatively good with how he can take care of his insulin and so forth, but he also knows that he like we said before, he knows he has an addiction and cannot turn down his wife's good ass baking, and so basically they had to come to terms on Judge John Hodgson that she would yes, she would continue to bake because she enjoys baking, but she is just going to try to just like give the cakes away as often as possible to try to not have them in the house. So she just can't. She was like, I don't know, man. I don't feel good about it. And John Hodge was like, look, bro. Anybody who can come on a free ass cake from you is going to be nothing but excited about the possibility and not be worried that you, just because you think the cake is ugly or something like that, they not gonna give a fuck. They gonna just be hyped that they got a free ass cake. And
just wrap it in the old fashioned napkin.
So she actually I actually ended up following her because like she because she had she has a cake Instagram basically, and she like announced today that she gave away the first time she's given away a cake since the Judge John Hodgman ruling. And so I was like, that's dope. But the person who got the cake said it was so good and enjoyed it and so forth. So, cake, people, it means a lot to me. It's a celebration. But that is it for 365. You can have one for every day of the year now, people. And actually, there's more because we have a 0 episode, and we have an episode that was broken into 2 parts.
Yeah, but episode was broken into 3 parts.
There's a lot. Oh yeah, well there you go. So we have a great many episodes. You can you can have more than just a year's worth easily. But housekeeping. You know how I always ask you, please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. I'm telling you right now, I had actually stopped looking at the numbers for the shows during quarantine because they just were bad. But we are on an upswing right now for whatever reason and doing really well. And I attribute that to you, the listener out there, subscribing and sharing and telling other people about us and that you like us. And it's getting people to come in and give us a listen. And I think that's amazing. And I'm grateful for it. Please keep up the good work because it's getting more people to listen to the show. And I like that. And that's pretty dope of you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get the show every week. The show goes up there along with other shows. And in fact, I was about to put up an episode of Apococast Vinyl Edition today and just never got around to it. My apologies. I will try to do it tomorrow or today, as it were. We have a Twitch channel. And again, as we are in the midst of doing the overhaul of the office situation is why we are not on Twitch at all right now. But don't worry, when the office is done, we will be back on Twitch in a major way. It's going to be great. Give us a follow over on Twitter. It's SKIMPOD at SKIMPOD at SkimPod. We're over there doing a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? We respond. If you want to support the show financially and have a few bucks to toss our way, you can join our Patreon, where members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. Just posted a new episode of our Patreon show. It's called We Tried. Dan hosted, and I just posted that one yesterday. So that just went up for the patrons. And if you were thinking you want to get down with the get down, hey, consider subscribing at the $5 tier and above because we do some shit over there, and I dig it. We also have merch available over on tpublic.com/user/stage, Crunchy and Milk, all one word. Good stuff, man. I have decided that the lighter colors work better with our logo and than the darker colors. But either way, it's nice. So if you think you want to fuck with that, I would tell you to go over there and do just that. And feel free to give us a call, 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-8POD. We would certainly love to hear from you. That's my man Tatum 216.
Yes.
That's my man Lunchbox 2099.
In the Skype call.
That is the real ODP. He only has ever fucked up and said his last name once on this show, and it was this episode, but you'll never hear it. I have fucked up and said his last name on this show before and had to take care of it, but he has never. But he's very sleepy, and it is way later than you think it is. People, I want you to know that.
I would perk back up for a more cake discussion.
We're probably about 3 hours away from when my neighbor decides to cut his grass.
Yo, happy birthday to me, motherfucker. I can say that shit.
You can.
Because I do that every so often.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
happy birthday.
I'm on my 45th watch, people. That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say that I ended the last 2 weeks of my 44th year having exercised every day for 2 weeks straight. And I felt mighty fine about that shit. And I just looked at my little calendar in the Fitbit app, and it says within the last month I only didn't exercise 3 days. So I'm out here trying to do this thing. Trying to lose this weight, people. Trying to get some LBs off me. But the nigga about to eat some cake today.
What flavor is the cake?
Birthday. I have no idea. I didn't buy the cake. Vanessa buys the cake. So, there's a cake in my refrigerator waiting on me, and I'll have it probably within... But you've just been podcast to. I happen to know you loved it. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Hola, mi gente.
What happened to you? You used to be beautiful.